Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel ThinkHub. I am Daksh Khandelwal, your host, and you are watching episode 2 of Beyond the Headlines. In today's episode, we will take a look at some of the most important stories making headlines today. Not today, basically, yesterday's 1st June 2026, and we will try to understand what they really meant to us. And we will just deep down into with this perspective, context, and insight. And so, without wasting any further time, let's get started with the intro. So, let's start with the first story. First story is about the India and Myanmar. I have just opened the newspaper also. So, basically, the Myanmar president Min Aung Hlaing has basically I have came to India to just meet our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and they visited and they talk about many things. So basically, they talk about the inclusions of detection of former. Basically, they talk about the anti-Indian elements. Basically, I have just speaking basically more than two times. So in that, what is the pragmatic step? What do you mean by that? And so basically, a pragmatic step was taken. A pragmatic step means action based on the real world conditions. So there were many cases taken. Okay, so sorry for that. So that pragmatic step was taken. First of all, pragmatic step was taken to conflict situation between the Myanmar and India since 2021, and through the party of National League for Democracy (NLD). And they all thought about this whole news that they are thinking about uh, to cooperate in the defense system, and this means there is no room for anti-India elements in Myanmar, says the visiting president, means that president of Myanmar. And defense cooperation was there, defense cooperation that will cover training of Myanmar troops for united peacekeeping. So basically, a peace movement has been built around Myanmar and Indian government. So that was the whole motto for the meeting. So let's move towards the second news of the day. And second news is Iran suspends. Let me just switch it to Iran suspends US talk as Israel bombs Lebanon. So basically, there was what we say ceasefire, or Trump has announced the ceasefire on April 17. But yeah, after that also the Iran suspend this ceasefire because Israel talks as Israel bombs Lebanon. If Israel has bombed in Lebanon, so there's a violation of ceasefire have been occurred, and Israel have continuously negotiating with the terms that stop calls them talks and exchange of text through media, and they have just stopped them, means that this completely violation of ceasefire, and it's a violation on the front as in the violation of the ceasefire on all fronts. Basically, this ceasefire was between Iran and was on ceasefire on all fronts, including the Lebanon also. But if Israel has bombed Lebanon, so the violation on one front has it's a violation on ceasefire on all fronts. That was to, means the proper motto of that ceasefire. So this is the important news that Iran suspends this uh, US talks as Israel bombs Lebanon, so Iran suspend that ceasefire. So that was the news, second news, and I'm moving towards the third news. So basically, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, that is the C. Joseph Vijay, basically a movie star, Vijay Thalapathy, and he have been elected past 2 months only. So he in the meeting of in the Tirchi East constituency, and the meeting of that organized by to thank the voters. So he thought that I would understand the he understand that it's not a magic and cannot be done overnight, but yeah, it he will try to do a corruption free government in Tamil Nadu, and there will be no secularism. Secularism means discrimination on the basis of religion, caste, and many more things. So there will be no secularization in this in his government. He is trying to speak that it's not a magic and it cannot be done in overnight, but yeah, he will try to do until its tenure. So that was the news, and moving towards the next news. So next news is phone tapping. Phone tapping basically phone was taped off a MLA and it deposits before the SIT. SIT means so basically of Mahabudar Nagar MLA Yanam Srinivas Reddy has deposed before the special investigation team. They were used to call on taping on Monday, but yeah, Srinivasan earlier lost a complaint on the Hyderabad police on his phone tape by Telangana. What we say, Telangana state level legacy by PRS government. So basically, it's a proper phone were taped ahead of 2023 polls, and their what we say complaint weren't registered in that. And then later, after phone tapping, the MLA himself deposited before SIT's what we say tenure. And that's all from this news. And moving towards the next news. Next news is, yeah. So with 35 MLA shown in as minister, Shivanendu minister strengthened now 41. So as you all know that West Bengal election has been come, and Mamta Di have lost this election. But yeah, uh, total, what is the rule according to the article 160 4 AIA, that the total number of ministers including the CM, the council ministers of state shall not exceed 15%. Exceed what is the value? Yeah, 15%. So should not exceed 15%. So it not exceed, there was 294 seats, and so 44 should be the maximum. And but earlier it was 35 MLAs, and now chief minister of this West Bengal, Shivendu have increased it with the 41, and so it's less than 45, 44. So yeah, it's a proper way, and then they take us on. And there was an important note that Kolkata dip, of about in the last time. From last time, there is a dip of MLAs from Kolkata, as there are only four MLAs from Kolkata in the current 41. There are only four MLAs from Kolkata. So this was the news from elections. And the next news is for, yeah. So it's from sports. So basically, an Arsenal fans. Basically, Arsenal is the type of sports league or not. UCL final. UCL means UEFA Champions League. UCL final was happened between Paris and Saint Germain. And so basically, Arsenal fans, one of the Arsenal fans pumped up the screening of the UCL fund in the Kochi, and it was a night to remember for all football fans. So basically, the earlier it was all these screening organized by Arsenal Kerala Supporters Club (AKSC). Basically, and so it was the biggest screening organized by a football fan in India. This was the biggest screening. Earlier, with initial plan, it was that small numbers of 350 to 400 fans will come. But after Arsenal won the Premier League after 22 years, the demand surged very highly. So basically, now thousands of marks have been crossed. So the final count for this screening was 1014, said by Tony George, the chairman of this AKC. So this was interesting news for you all. And the second next news is Indian and Australia discuss about the maritime security. So basically, it's a Indian defense minister and Australia's defense minister, or India's defense minister Raj Singh, and Australia's defense minister and deputy prime minister Richard Marles have came towards the Manekshaw Center in New Delhi, and they discussed about the strong training, defense, and security cooperations across Indo-Pacific area and maritime security, defense industry collaboration. All the talks about defenses was talked between those two defense ministers of India and Australia. And also they thought of, and also they take us to the summit upcoming, that the upcoming summit will be about this defense only, about from Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Australian Prime Minister Arcuri Albanese. And the strong pillar in that in this news is that Australia and India were exploring cooperation in advanced and innovative technologies aimed at a very enhancing underwater security and maritime domain awareness. And so basically, they want to increase the awareness about the maritime security, and they want to increase the maritime security around the Indo-Pacific areas, and the decisions to accelerate the cooperation in the maritime domain. So that was the whole news about this India and Australia discuss about the maritime security, basically defense minister. And the next news is the I have told you that tomorrow that OCS, OCS, yeah, OLS, or some OCS, yeah, as something like similar that system of CBSE introduced, and it was not very popularized by students and teachers, and it was gaining huge what we say heat debate on that, and it was failed, a typical failed. But yeah, CBSE answering that it's a good one. So but yeah, no. So many teachers and Congress and party all are throwing givers to CBSE and the government that they should pay the price of mistakes made by the CBSE. Students are paying, means the mistakes are done by CBSE and students are paying the price for that mistakes. A Congress leader said. And also, similar to this news, a TV anchor said that talked about the online teachers about they are just a send of foot. So basically, they abused him. She abused all the online teachers. So basically, all online teachers gather and they are just roasting him and just telling about the truth what they are doing in the society. And it's basically true. Also, online teachers are very helpful. They are using their power to what we say to using their powers to increase the awareness about the CBSE case, NEET exam, NEET leak case. So basically, the online teachers are helping in that. And followed by this is the last report, and I can just switch it to the large, if it is possible. Yeah. So the last report says that AI dApp sales rescape global corporate bond market. So let me open this news first in my newspaper because it's small and it's not visible at all. So firstly, let me open this. But it's nothing but yeah. So basically, wait a minute. Let me open it first before saying anything. I think it's not opening. Wait a minute. Basically, it's about the Europe to Japan and Japan to Switzerland. There was a use. 1 minute. I think it's not opening in that or what. But yeah. So. mm, So basically, let me sorry for that, but yeah, it's some technical glitch. I will not remove this part, but yeah, I have to open that newspaper. It's not opening. I don't know why, but yeah, let me search for it, and you can just wait, or you can just take 2x. Yeah, so I found that. So yeah. So basically, from Europe to Japan and Switzerland, there is a huge bond used by a big tech companies and are providing small markets often overshadowed by the US. So basically, these are about the global bond markets, and in that bond markets, AI implementation is there. So one of these out of 8 to 10 news, one of the news is always of AI because I am doing AI course in IIT Jodhpur PSN applied AI and data science. So there will be always an AI and more and more after this, I think after 12th or 13th June, more and more will be of AI. And I will be bringing the Southwest China Morning Post news on this series also, in this part only, with the screenshot of that news. So Google's parent Alphabet and Amazon raised many what we say bonds upon that, and there was a hedge a currency task, and basically there is a currency risk, so they are making bonds. And basically you can just read it, and in it what is the use of AI in it? It's building AI exposure. So what does AI exposure means? Basically the Amazon, Alphabet are using AI to use this bond markets more compactably and more concisely, means they using AI for making it more widely appeared for them and more concisely appeared for them. What means widely means they take all the cases around that, and concisely means they concede only the few things that are most important things in that. So through AI they can just concede it, and they can make it of useful, like Alphabet and Amazon, they are just using this bond markets. So that's the AI used in this AI adapt sales reshape global corporate bond markets. So I think that was it. Wait, so yeah, wait a minute. So I think uh, that's all for the today's episode of Beyond the Headlines. That is episode 2. And I would be bringing more news and more clarity on news after 12th or 13th June, because my end sem exams are on 12th and 13th June. So I will be bringing more clarity on these news and headlines, but after 12th and 13th June. And I will be making the AI news more in this section of uh, what we say beyond the headlines. So if you found this video useful, consider subscribing to ThinkHub for more news, AI content and learning content. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next lecture. Until then, keep learning and stay curious.